In the U.S., the Democratic National Convention is set to begin soon, and the party's voters are expecting to hear their leaders discuss a wide range of issues. There's one, though, that Republicans believe should be at the top of Democrats' talking points, and that's violent crime. Mitch McCann reports from Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It's known as America's city of brotherly love. But in recent years, the love here has been lacking. During the pandemic, gun violence soared, and with it, homicides, 562 in 2021. And with less than 80 days until America votes, Donald Trump isn't letting Philly forget.
If we don't elect Donald Trump, these neighborhoods are going to turn into war zones worse than they are.
I believe that Donald Trump will make Philadelphia safe again.
Those who know the pain that gun violence leaves behind don't need the reminder.
I lost a son to gun violence. In 5 days, it'd be 6 years. On the day that my 14-year-old son was shot in the neck, and it came out his face, and he died 2 days later.
But Jamie Meekins is adamant that he can turn his loss into Philadelphia's gain.
What's going on? How you doing?
He runs an outreach program targeting young men here most at risk of being perpetrators or victims of gun crime. He helps them build resumes, he conducts mock interviews and finds them employment. It's not easy though. This community still faces difficult challenges.
Philadelphia has always been a city, as far as I know, that was at the forefront of everybody trying to follow Philadelphia and their trends. But now you see the new generation there following trends like Chicago and other places that have gang cultures.
The program, Pushing Progress Philly, is seeing the benefits of outreach work.
Keep up the good work, bro.
And so is Philadelphia, regardless of what you might hear on the campaign trail.
There are certain places, like places that I know very well here, that are just absolutely out of control. I mean, if you walk down certain streets here, you have a 50-50 chance of not ever seeing your home again.
In recent years, Philadelphia has recorded troubling crime statistics. But data released earlier this year from Philadelphia's police department shows a 38% reduction in homicides and a 37% reduction in shooting incidents. But it's not just Philadelphia experiencing less crime. The same can be said for many major American cities. New research has examined recent crime figures in 69 American cities. It found 54 of them have seen a drop in homicide, rape, robbery and aggravated assault during the first half of this year. Mass shootings are declining too, but it's important to note that they're still happening more frequently than before the pandemic. New York criminologist Dr. Daniel Stageman says the perception or feelings the public have about crime can come from many places. He points to media narratives, true crime podcasts, as well as TV dramas. And Dr. Stageman has some thoughts on Donald Trump's language too.
His strategy, it's about motivating people with fear, with hate. Crime and the fear of immigrants, all of that is really very much tied together in the way that he sees the world and in the way that he encourages his base to see the world.
So if I'm aiming a gun...
Back in Philly, Grant Schmidt isn't waiting for new statistics or for trends to shift, and neither are his customers.
People here know what it's like to call the police and get a slow response.
Grant runs Shot Tech, a business that houses a simulation training centre. Here he teaches residents, mostly women he says, to defend themselves if needed.
It's our belief that, we don't do politics here, but we do civics. So our goal is to make quality education and training maximally accessible, whether it's prospective military, law enforcement, or the regular Joes and Janes out there.
At the Democratic National Convention, Americans are likely to hear renewed calls for a ban on assault weapons. But Schmidt, who specialises in gun safety, says that won't have the intended effect.
Nothing motivates the American public to buy firearms than when politicians talk about gun control. So every time they talk about banning the AR-15, they are selling a ton of AR-15s.
In the coming months, US voters will hear more about this nation's battle with crime and gun violence, even if on paper it's declining. Jamie Meekins says it's a good thing. Elections only come every 4 years.
I'm a person, I don't dwell on negativity. I look for the solution. Whatever the solution is, I try to hone in on that and focus on that and really spread the love and spread the positivity that the city has to offer.
Something he says won't change regardless of what happens at the ballot box.
Make sure
Mitch McCann, CNA, New York.